First of all, I would like to thank the BML University for inviting us to the campus and share our ideas with you. As I stand here today, I am deeply humbled to be in midst of such an engaging audience. I was interacting with students outside also, very excited to be here. And they were asking me, sir, which topic you are going to talk about? And then I started reflecting on what to share. Maybe what I will do is I will talk about the story from tree of my life, about how it has weathered the storms of valleys and peaks that has happened in last 40 years with me. Maybe I will start with 2015. It was June of 2015 when I relocated to China to head the sales operation for a large multinational. While I was settling in, and settling is a very important operating word when you are in China. You are vegetarian because concept of vegetarian doesn't exist to the extent that people will take out the non-vegetarian out of the food and give it to you if you're okay with that. Two, we were expecting our first child in a country where language was a huge barrier. The first shock came when I realized the company, multinational company, I was kind of going to move for, people don't know the name. I thought it's a fairly large company, but realized that everything has a Chinese name, including I was given a Chinese name. But I think that's not the moot point. For me, when I was settling in, I think the life gave a huge blow. My father, my parents were still in our hometown, so he got diagnosed with stage 3 of esophageal cancer. And like for me, it was the world I knew kind of came into kind of chaos. I rushed back. Thankfully, his resilience and just the support of the family, he recovered from that. Again, I got busy. I went back continued to settle there, got fairly settled. And after 3 years back, I relocated back to New Delhi. While I was trying to convince my parents to move with me from my hometown, I think they were freely, kind of happily and freely enjoying their life in the hometown because they were scared to move into a metro and be here. But I think life had another curveball in fate for us. The cancer reared its head again. It was shocking because I was closer to them but not with them. And while I was juggling with my professional responsibilities, I made sure that they get the best medical support in my long distance relationship with them, because unfortunately the professional responsibilities started taking over. I think while all this was happening, the biggest shock for me came when I was home for Diwali. Every year we go to our hometown and celebrate Diwali with them. Just after the puja, I kind of heard a loud thunder. It was not crackers. It was my father just kind of collapsed out of the bed. And we all rushed and we tried to kind of just place him back. And I realized that it's very hard actually as for one human to support another human body which is kind of not in best of his health. And that was the time I looked up to my mother, because my mother and father kind of, they used to live alone. With lot of gratitude in terms of being the pillar of strength and shouldering all these responsibilities. And whenever I used to call her, she used to always say that everything is in control. And I think the things didn't go in the right direction after that. My father got hospitalized and we lost him after a few weeks. And when he was kind of वो पंचतंत्र में विलीन जब हो रहे थे, आई थिंक दैट वाज अ टाइम व्हेन लाइफ काइंड ऑफ became still for me, and in that silence I realized that sometimes you have to be in the present, you have to be there. I think that is the first lesson. You will always see a lot of things started taking you over as you progress in your life, as the branches of your tree start expanding, but there are few things where you have to be present and be in, because time doesn't come back. The second story is maybe from my early years. My story is much like most of yours. Born in a middle class family. From day one, I was told time is the most important essence, make the best use of it. And I think what everyone meant by time, कि 8वीं कर लो फिर लाइफ सॉर्ट हो जाएगी, फिर 10वीं कर लो लाइफ सॉर्ट हो जाएगी, then you do your +2, get into good engineering college or a good graduation course from top university, life is sorted because your job is guaranteed. But realize that it doesn't stop. I did my engineering, and then I saw that everyone is doing MBA, then MBA, and it goes on, getting into a good company. Within that company, you want to do something else. That juggernaut doesn't stop for you. And I think I kind of starting getting more curious there. And there is certain history. I did my initial 7-8 years of schooling in Hindi medium. And when my father thought that now I should go to English medium, he's good in studies. Everyone said that will be tough to settle there. I took that as a challenge. I continued to get the first rank throughout my academics. That's the challenge I took, right? But now, as I look back and started talking to people in the corporate life, and I also started interviewing people for my team in the company. If you just typically talk to somebody in 3 to 5 years of your experience, that what is your vision, typical answer you get is to get a position of responsibility, right? When you talk to somebody in the middle management, then people say maybe I want to become a department head or a business head. When you talk to people who are a business head, they will say I want to become a CXO or lead a P&L, right? I think that's where the world starts. And when you talk to a CXO, he will say I want to become a CXO of a larger unit or of a larger organization, right? And the end goal is when I will get retired, I will have a lot of money, then I will have a happy life. I think that for me, that was the biggest lesson, that this juggernaut will not stop. The perspective changed when I took a plunge into entrepreneurship. Because what entrepreneurship teaches you is to be the master of your own time. You kind of end up that slavery of trying to do something else, become something else, and the perspective on the life changes. From the story, the lesson I got is you can't have the illusion of control, because that's a time trap. This infinite time trap is created by the fabric of expectation given by the society, where everything is decided by the society. You do this at the age of 20, at the age of 25, at the age of 35. I think the question all of us should ask now in this forum is, then what might be the answer? The answer is, how do we embrace uncertainty? How do we lean towards the unknown? And most importantly, trust the life, the way it will unfold, it's the right way it is unfolding. Because most of the time, we start feeling that I'm not getting enough, I'm not doing enough, or the world is doing better than me. We need to trust the life the way it is unfolding. That's the second lesson I've learned in my uh, as I grew in my tree of life. The third story, which is, I think the MNC I worked with had a very interesting program where they send you to a tribal village to do real social work on the ground for a month. So I went to tribal Rajasthan in a Jhadol block of Udaipur, in a village which was 2,000 in population. So I and my colleague landed there. So I think most of us are aware of the Indian, how the rural geography is divided. So you have village, then you have a block. So the NGO dropped us till the block, and then we were on our own to go to the village. So we realized that there is no public transport, the government bus to get us there. So we all sat in a, there is a vehicle called Vikram, where typically you will expect that maybe 6 to 7 people can sit. But when we entered there were 20 people and a goat. We're traveling together. So we reached the village. But on the way, we realized that the water will be a problem. So we said, okay, let's carry maybe 1 carton of Bisleri, and that was like 12 bottle each for both of us. We will survive for a week and then maybe come back again and take it from this block to the village. I think that's where we started feeling entitled that maybe this is not good for us. But as we started spending more time in that place, we realized the connection, the human connection that exists in that small place is far deeper than what we see in a city life, or maybe life that's full of lot of speed. And that 1 month we made so deep relations, and this was almost 13 years, 14 years back for me, that they still stay true to that. We attended marriages, we took certain classes, we learned how to make desi liquor, like so many things we could do in that span of 1 month while doing full 8 hours of social work which we were sent for. That was a life-changing experience for me. The biggest learning was don't feel entitled, because if you start feeling entitled, you start becoming unhappy. We need to kind of let the life flow, let the branches and the leaves grow the way it is destined to be. So when we came back, and my friend actually he wanted to actually leave the company after we were told to go to that village, and the first day, because there were no toilets, we had to sleep in the open area, and if it started raining, you have to accommodate in the hut with the villagers. So he wanted to leave the company, but when we came back, it was a life-changing experience. So it made us think deeply, and when we came back, I think we were a better human being. The second lesson is taking care of ourselves. At the age of 30, around, when our company used to force us to do medical test every 2 years. And we also used to go, because in large MNCs, you can't skip all these things. Everything has get attached to your performance score. So the things that started happening, you start seeing fatty liver, you start seeing uric acid, some cholesterol, and this was a common phenomenon. For me, most of the or vitamin D deficiency, right? And you are okay with it because everyone is having it. But is this the life you want to live? I think is the question to ask, and very important for a lot of you as you will get into your new branches in your tree of life, is to think upon this. Is at the age of 30, at the age of 40, what age, biological age you want to feel. And person at the age of 93 can feel biological age of 40, and vice versa is also true, and more skewed towards younger people feeling older in their early age. So take care of yourself. It will have a huge impact on how you shape your life, how you shape your tree of life as you move forward. So the universe is rooting for you. Get your sunshine from that. Very important for us to keep going back to the fundamentals as we do, because as we stand here, and for all of you in the precipice of your future, you should sow the seeds of the life you envision, not the seeds of the life you envy. That's the most important lesson as we all move into our trees of life and move forward. I would like to close with some lines from Sir Rabindranath Tagore, one who saw the seeds of a tree with the information that that tree may not give shade to them in their entire life, but they do that act. It means that they have started understanding the meaning of life. So very important is to not worry about whether you will get the shade in that tree, but keep working towards a purposeful life and be happy in the moment. Thank you.